Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to, so don't be your own fool.
Ad Astra. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Ad Astra Abyssos.
Thank you for remembering my request, Master Tarno. I will be sure to treasure this pocket watch.
There's no need to stand on ceremony, Mr. Flynns. If I may be so bold, I'd say this watch is fortunate to have ended up in the hands of someone as discerning as yourself.
Even if that someone turned up to collect it half a month late because he needed more time to get the money, I do hope it won't miss the finer life and flee back to your shop in the middle of the night.
Such a wonderful sense of humor. Even if it wished to escape, I doubt it would get far with a ratnik such as yourself on its tail. Here, I've already wrapped it. It's yours.
My thanks again, dear Master Tarno. Perhaps we can have a drink in the flagship when you're next free.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Flynns.
You could say so. This pocket watch cost me half a month's salary. I suppose that means no more fine liquor for me for the next 2 weeks. In that case, I should paraphrase Master Tarno just now and say, "My pleasure, Miss Traveler." I look forward to your invitation.
Ad Astra.
truth. It all adds up.
Ad Astra Abyssos.
you go, Lady Nefer. The book you were looking for.
Let me see. Would you look at that? Finally, an actual copy of The Man Who Became a Mule.
Yeah! Nefer doesn't seem like the kind of person who takes commissions. More like the kind who dishes them out. Hey! If you start taking work from Nefer, there'll be none left for Yehoda! Still, what sort of job is Nefer delegating to the Adventurers Guild? Paimon's kinda curious.
Not bad. This is exactly what I was looking for. The Adventurers Guild must have quite the impressive network tracking down a long-lost story like this.
Well, that's all thanks to our hard-working adventurers. There were quite a few setbacks along the way, but in the end, we managed to find a collector in Snezhnaya who had a copy.
How ironic that a story about the desert would end up somewhere like Snezhnaya. Well, thank you for your efforts. I'll send over the payment as promised. Also, Mr. Sarin, please keep this commission active and raise its priority level. I'll cover the additional fee as well.
Not a problem. It's our honor to do business with you, Lady Nefer. If you'll excuse me, I'll go get everything sorted.
My business is done, you two. You can come out and ask your questions. I know you're curious.
You even heard what Paimon said? Huh. Guess that's what makes you the boss.
Something like that. It's more like a long-term partnership I have with the Adventurers Guild. Come, let's head back to the curatorium for a cup of tea. This isn't the best place for sharing stories. Huh. Looks like Yehoda's not back yet. Wait here. I'll go brew some tea.
Who's a good kitty? Come on, shake.
All right, help yourselves. Cream and sugar is over there if you need it. Looks like Ashrew's taken a real liking to you. Back when I first brought him home, he was as fierce as a little lion. He didn't let anyone get close except for me. Anybody else who tried would have his little fangs and claws to contend with.
Seriously? You'd never guess he used to be aggressive.
That was a long time ago, when the two of us had just arrived in Nodcry. Back then, we had no one to rely on but ourselves. And to survive in a place like Nodcry, we had no choice but to bare our claws and teeth. Of course, things are different now. Anyway, it's about time we satisfied that curiosity of yours. I'm guessing you want to know more about my long-term partnership with the Adventurers Guild?
You mean like some kind of extra special treasure even Nefer can't get her hands on?
It's special, no doubt about that. But whether it counts as treasure, well, that depends on how you see it. Here, this is the book I asked the Adventurers Guild to find for me. Take a look.
tale from Sumeru. Uh-oh, not another riddle-filled treasure hunt. Well, have fun. Paimon's gonna sit this one out.
Relax. It's just a story passed down among the desert dwellers of Sumeru. There's no secret treasure and no hidden riddles. The only reason I went to such lengths to find it is because it has to do with my father. That's right. From what you've seen before, you no doubt remember the fate that befell us. Before he brought back those so-called spoils of war, before our little village ended up buried under the desert sands, he used to tell me stories. You know what Sumeru was like back then. Tales like these, stories full of wisdom and warmth, were something only the lucky few living in the rainforests got to hear. But for the desert dwellers, cut off from civilization by the wall of Samiel, wisdom and warmth were luxuries we couldn't afford. The stories passed down in the desert had one purpose and one alone: to teach children how to survive. In desert tales, people who waste food get turned into scorpions. Those who waste water end up losing their tongues. The stories taught us to be kind, but to be scarce with our trust. To lie and deceive as long as we didn't get caught. But I suppose my father didn't want me to turn out like everyone else. He would take these stories and change them. Imbue them with more warmth. In the versions he told, liars turned into mules, killers fell off cliffs, but picky children ended up with a toothache at most.
Paimon kinda gets where he was coming from. After all, who doesn't want to see their kids grow up with the right values?
Me? I couldn't get enough of them. I spend my days counting down the minutes to nightfall, when Dad would lull me to sleep with another one of his stories. Then, come daytime, I'd grab his storybook and go tell them to the other kids. They were so envious of me. No matter where I went, there was always a line of kids trailing behind me. They would do whatever I asked, just for the chance to hear a story. And then, one day, it all came to an end. And now, all that remains of those times is buried under the sand. My father, my friends, my tribe, and all those stories too. After that, I went to the academia. It was there that I first discovered the original versions of some of his stories. In those versions, the liars were never punished. The murderers walked free. After all, if you fall for a lie, you deserve to be deceived. If the blade is in your hand, you get to write the rules. And picky children? They ended up just like the ones who wasted water, turned into lizards, doomed to spend the rest of their days crawling under the rocks. Only then did I realize that it was my father who'd been deceiving me all along, weaving a false world of warmth to shelter me from the harsh realities of the world. But once my father was gone, that world collapsed with him. And I had no choice but to face the truth. Luckily, though, I was a quick learner. Before long, I'd turned into exactly the kind of desert dweller he'd worked so hard to keep me from becoming. After that, it was all lies, deceit, revenge, and ruin. Themes that have played out in the desert 1,000 times over. But I'm sure you know that all too well. More or less. I just want to know exactly how many lies a father might tell his own daughter. As the only person in this world he ever deceived so completely, I suppose I owe it to him to make an equally comprehensive record of his distortions. Besides, anonymity seems a cruel fate for such a prolific twister of the truth. Anyway, I'm sure Thoth, the Ibis King, would approve of what I'm doing. After all, he was the one who sent me in search of something that could discern truth from falsehood. When I was young, the stories my father told me shaped my understanding of the world. Whereas their original endings, well, they taught me what this world is really like. And it's true. For me, they really did help me discern truth from falsehood. I figured that gathering them up might be the key to finding the answer the Ibis King was looking for. So after I established myself in Nodcry, I started using every available channel to track down the stories my father once told me. The problem was, nearly all of them were folk tales, parables passed down in the desert through word of mouth. Very few were ever written down. But living all the way out here in Nodcry, it wasn't like I could just go wandering around the desert to find those who still remembered them. As for Yehoda, well, I was short on manpower as it was, so I needed a different plan. And considering the countless adventurers at their disposal, I decided to strike up a long-term partnership with the Adventurers Guild. They bring me stories passed down among the desert people. I pay them accordingly, and sometimes even do them a little favor in return. Mr. Sauron was more than happy with my terms, so we soon came to an understanding. And from the way things have been going, I'd say our arrangement has worked out rather well. Well, this was the very last story my father ever told me. The only one whose ending he left unchanged. A man who spent his life distorting the truth. Buried under the desert sand, the one time he chose not to lie. And look, it even says, deep down, his was a heart of gold. And that is the greatest wisdom of all. How ironic is that? Anyway, I can make a copy of this story if you're interested. And I just realized, you're an adventurer too, aren't you, traveler? Well, being an adventurer means you've traveled far and wide, and seen many things. I was just thinking, we could sign an agreement for a long-term partnership of our own. If you ever come across any stories about the desert dwellers of Sumeru, bring them to me, and I'll make it worth your while.
Wait, was that your goal this whole time? Just to ask us that?
Wonderful. Then here's to a long and fruitful partnership. And speaking of partnerships, why isn't Yehoda back yet? Was that job I gave her really that difficult?
Astra.
I see everything. Huh? Where's Columbina? Paimon doesn't see her anywhere.
Over here.
Oh! What are you doing all the way up there?
Come join me.
What are we getting ourselves into this time?
Do you remember those stones we went out to gather last time?
Last time? Oh, you mean the ore that glows after absorbing Kuvaki?
Correct. Well, after that, the Guhenki gathered some more, and I sorted them into two types. Darker ones and lighter ones.
Darker ones and lighter ones? But why?
To play moon chess, of course.
What's moon chess?
Oh, you've never played? I see. Ever since seeing the grids the children of the Frost Moon Scions draw on the ground, I've always wanted to try it out. But I've never had anyone to play it with.
Well, what are the rules?
It'll be easier if I just show you.
Whoa! That's amazing! How did you do that?
With a little Kuvaki, of course. You can't do that?
Maybe you should lower your expectations. We're not all moon goddesses.
As you wish. Now, this is the board. It represents the night sky, and the pieces each player controls represent the moons. The two players take turns placing their moons in the sky, and the first to get 3 moons in a row wins.
Oh! So it's basically a version of tic-tac-toe. So, it's called moon chess here in Notcry, huh? Talk about giving it a local touch.
I see. Well, in this version, the moons rotate, meaning there can never be more than 3 moons in the sky at once. So, when the night sky is full, the moon that rose earliest will vanish.
That actually makes a lot of sense. And it makes the game a lot harder, too.
So, would you like to give it a try? It'll be my first time playing too.
Sounds fun! Paimon will be the referee. The Traveler's a clever one, though, so watch out.
All right then. you staring at me? Your gaze is not subtle. Did you forget how to place your moons in the night sky? Shall I help you? The board's over there, by the way. You weigh your decisions carefully before making them, I see. Take your time. We have plenty of that after all. Are you staring at me? Your gaze is not subtle. You don't like this game? I find it quite amusing myself. The board's over there, by the way. How about here? It seems both sets of moons refuse to be eclipsed. Thank you. I enjoyed that a lot. If you'd like, feel free to come keep me company again sometime. Here, take this as a token of our promise.